No,
sir.
Impossible.
We are back.
Yes, we are. Back like we never left, bitches.
Are we gonna ever get over saying we're back? Because, like, you know, it's not a surprise. We're here, innit?
Okay.
We're here every week.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, just what extra friendly reminder and
Just
that.
like,
Yeah, we're back for another week.
yeah.
No, we
So
can
people
pod
don't
in.
forget.
Make sure they don't forget.
Yeah.
I never have that effect where people can just forget me. It's crazy.
You, impossible.
Don't
You're a
do
shining light. Okay.
Okay, no, go. Gas me up a little bit, man. I need it, man. Got a long day.
You're a shining light.
Yes.
You're a king. You're the
Yes.
truth. You are love.
Mm.
You are light. You are patience. You are joy. You are happiness. And you're short.
Wow.
You see, that's... You know, I'll
Balance,
take it.
innit?
There's about 7 compliments in there. I'll take
There's
the...
so
Yeah,
many.
yeah.
Don't focus on
Yeah.
the negative.
Yeah.
I don't focus on negative.
Yeah.
Hard not to, though.
Got to sprinkle a little bit of hate on it.
Keeps you alive, you know?
Last week it was like a minute 30 in, Vans was dropping N-bombs.
Oh.
This week is like less than a minute in, a little bit of hate from you. It's consistency, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When I say like I'm gonna hug you, but I'll pinch you as well. Yeah.
Heal.
I've healed. You just said I'm love, I'm light, I'm happiness, I'm joy. I've healed, bro. What did my man say? He said I'm delivered.
Yeah,
I'm delivered, innit?
Delivered.
Yeah,
Fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, fulfilled.
I love that for you. You deserve.
You deserve as well. Nice to see you as well. You back?
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't see you already, like
Yeah.
on the weekend,
I'm
man.
always happy to see you.
Pretty in pink and that.
There's the camera. Oh, there.
She's just come back from the French Alps.
It was the Italianalps, actually.
Sorry.
Got his geography bag on.
Wow, sorry.
Deep in that geography bag.
Deep in
Sorry,
it.
Maldini, sorry.
It's all right. Just get around next time.
So you can't beat these rich allegations because you're doing up skiing, snowboarding. Come on, man.
I was never trying to beat them.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Great.
So if I start saying like big mummy, rich auntie, I start.
Yeah, talk to me nice.
Okay, cool.
Talk to her nice.
But it's different because we're pals, isn't it? If it was a don I was trying to date you and that, you know, they start like
Shut
freeing your
up.
pockets.
Yeah, that's weird.
A pocket
Like,
watching your
wow,
babes.
oh, you got money, yeah? Yeah. Teach me.
The Empire
Teach
Strikes Back,
me.
because the man, when you like, the girl's got a bit of money, like they can't suppress it. They have to kind of let you know that, swear down.
What man can't say, teach me now. Can't uplift.
Not like that.
Okay.
Not like that. Because when a guy starts saying, well, you got money, yeah. What, you got money, yeah.
Yeah, but you start suffering from PTSD. You say, oh my God, he's after my coins.
It's trying to take my
Yeah.
KFC.
There's dons out there that will make their babes do everything. You got babes doing their donny CVs and that.
No, do you know what? That I'll do.
That's Builder
Yeah,
Bay though.
yeah.
Help out your man, man.
No, I'll do that.
There's gaps in the progression. She's trying to help him out.
Is that teach
That's my
me?
profession.
Okay, I'm trying to help you.
That
yeah.
I'm not mad at. Let her type
Yeah,
in the
man.
CV, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let me sort your LinkedIn out, babes.
Then he gets the big job and forgets about her.
Why do we have to go there?
Don't know.
Because
Is that your bag?
he's seen that movie before. I've even seen the part 2.
yeah. Tyler Perry movie somewhere.
Yeah.
You're not beating the toxic charges.
Am I not?
Now Vans ain't got toxic. He's got bad vibes charges. That's what he's got. We can start this pod by talking about all our charges on our brand.
Yeah, I'm not trying to beat those though.
What, the bad vibes on?
Yeah. Keeps me young and youthful.
What are you saying? That the hate keeps you healthy?
Yeah.
No, do you know what? Fair enough. Keep on hating then. Look at you shining.
Thank you.
Little bicep, and not even a little bicep, big bicep. Okay.
Well, is this
Velvet
just a
Vans in the
compliment
building.
episode?
Come on, man.
Nah.
This is what we're doing this week.
I
Just-
mean,
Big belly.
6'4", you know the vibes.
I remember when you used to like run away from all of these accolades and that, bro. I like it. You're coming. You came to it a long time ago. Oh, you're trying to do shy guy. When I hit him with all the aliases, it's like, no, it's a lot on me. It's a
I
lot
was
on
the
me.
Donny, I
now
was the Donny
you
that
love
Diana
it.
King was talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's heard it a lot more now because the babe's always gassing him outside. So it's like, yeah.
That's when you start smoking too much.
No, he's comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Or they recognize you outside with the A-listers as well. They're saying big belly.
Nah.
Don't tell me.
Oh, the outside calling you
Don't tell
big
me outside the
belly.
babes are saying big belly.
Nah.
If they're saying that, yeah.
Big
then-
belly.
Nah.
Okay, cool. That's L Velvet. You've had that outside, surely.
Trying to do fake humble. No.
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I'm happy to see you guys.
Come on.
Like you guys said, we're back from a
Always
week of
happy to see you.
podcasting.
Yes.
Hashtag Offthecuffpod.
Come on.
If you're listening for the first time, my name is Fols Forever.
I'm Mr. Vans.
And we've got the lady Pretty in Pink.
Hey.
Make the man them wink.
Yeah.
I can't wait to save my life.
You can't wink to save your
It's
life.
so catastrophic.
Do you wink twice? You double wink?
I actually do. It's so bad. Like, it would be scary if I winked at you. Like, I just know not to.
Okay, so that's not part of your flirting package?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Chrissy Hive?
Chrissy
Hey.
Hive.
Chrissy's hair fresh back from a wonderful trip to the Italianalps.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was cold. No, do you know, it wasn't even super cold. It was snowy. It was expensive, but it was fun.
Come on, man, your money's long. You got that, man.
Okay.
Big mummy, man.
Do you know what?
No, okay, I take it back. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Listen, man, I associate skiing with wealth.
Yeah.
So like, I can just imagine everything being expensive.
Okay, let's put into perspective. How
resorts.
much did you spend on your holiday drip?
Decathlon, babe.
Yeah. Cause I know it was definitely North Face.
No.
Okay. Was it higher?
What are you saying, Montclair and that?
I looked good and I was fashionable. It was fashion and function.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just like you said, like it's mad expensive. Like when you're in the sort of town at the bottom of the mountain, things are a little bit more expensive than London, like,
right.
but not crazy. But then when you go up to the mountain, it's just like, bow, the price is even higher. But then when you go to the top of the mountain, it's even more expensive.
What's that, the altitude inflation?
Honestly, it's mad. Like 20 euros for a drink, just any drink is just 20 euros. But then what was crazy is when we were in the après, there was a table opposite us and the way they were just bringing out like magnums of champagne and rosé, you know, when you're doing like a little quick maths, like you're just looking at if one glass is 20 euros.
Yeah.
And they were, it was like bottles on bottles on bottles with sparklers and everything. Like they were going off. And I was just like, wow, this is really like, yeah, their money's long.
91,000 for the wine bill.
That was one bill.
Yeah.
Chrissy's bill.
Chrissy's bill. Keep it real with you. That was Chrissy's bill.
Hey, Hunty.
Stop it.
What film is it? Is it I can't remember. It's Kevin Hart and Will Packer film where he's like, Miss Yolanda, I'm ready for the tour.
Sure. But it was good. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be because I'm an athletic babe. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
Piece of cake.
We know that already,
Yeah,
man.
I've got
100
this.
meter hurdles for Nigeria. We know that already.
Go the hell out. But it was a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so mad that like a lot of people see certain things on TV or whatnot and think, oh yeah, I could do that, until they get to the place and then they find out that they spent bare peas to do something that's mad difficult, and then they give up on the first day and don't ski for the rest of the trip.
No, I skied. No, people did that.
That was like a mad shot. Like you had someone.
I
That's
could
the
just
thing.
imagine that's what it's like, because I've been to places like when I went water skiing once with my youth club.
Yeah.
And people came and they saw how difficult it was the first time. They were like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out for the whole entire trip.
I don't blame them. It's tough.
As long as you get the Instagram pictures, you're good on it.
Yeah.
Content over everything.
Yeah.
Over everything.
That's
But
a sad place we live right now. You know?
it was really good. Like I did it. I had my lessons. I didn't give up.
Okay.
Persevered. I did a blue run. And then I was like, ooh.
Did you get to do snowboarding?
No. So I did skiing because apparently snowboarding's harder, but now I kind of wish I did that instead.
It's all about your core.
Yeah.
Well, she's an athletic babe, bro.
Okay, what's next?
You're saying you got that?
We can get off this topic.
Yeah.
No, we're just going and we flowing, man. I'd like to start this podcast off by saying shouts out to the chubby chasers.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the lorry drivers.
Wow.
And the lovers of cellulite.
Okay.
And all of the above.
The people with the HGV licenses.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. The jury's still out whether or not we can use
Really
this
go ham.
terminology, because
Content.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But if you know what I'm talking about, then you know why this is funny, because you know, it's funny because the knee-jerk reactions to go, there's no way in hell Fredo's messaged this babe because, you know, of the presentation, how she looks, innit? But then I know the man them.
Yeah.
And people have driven lorries before, innit?
Jesus.
That might be my last lorry reference, 'cause I still don't feel
think
comfortable in it,
that's-
but you know.
I just think Fredo is funny. I feel like no matter what he says, it just sounds funny. Like the whole badders. What do you say? You don't feed the badders pasta.
Oh, those-
You never feed the baddest pasta.
Oh,
I love
my
it.
days.
He's just a funny guy.
Yeah. Unintentionally, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
unintentionally funny. I don't think he, I don't feel like he was, well, we all know what he was trying to say, but
It was
I don't
body
feel like
shaming,
it was,
light body shaming.
It didn't feel malicious.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Yeah.
Damn.
That's my take on that.
A different time period on this podcast. I would ask the man, have you ever driven lorries before? But I don't know if that's where we're at currently. Yeah, so.
What happened to us not having, or us having all the conversations on the pod?
All the conversations?
That's what you
You
said.
want to have all the conversations?
You said.
Did I say that?
You said.
I'll be saying stuff though.
You
I'll just be
said
saying stuff sometimes.
Nothing's for outside of the pod.
Okay.
There's no way having this conversation later. So we can move forward, and I still feel like that's a sensible thing to do, but that's what he said.
Well, I'll say all that to say this in regards to what Fredo was talking about. He said, I'm not even going to say something crazy, and then he proceeded to say something crazy.
When a man says that, you know something crazy is coming after that. Come on, man.
In the little, I'm a
You
businessman.
thought what he said, wasn't offensive.
That's why it's funnier.
Yeah.
Because if that was like the PC version,
That
what
was his
he really going to say?
That was his PC version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can all imagine how bad it would have been.
Yeah.
Now, if he's lying, bro, yeah. But if homegirl's lying, why?
Because people are weird.
Yeah, attention, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't even think like it's in this case and looking at the babe, I don't think it's about the weight.
No, it's just like
She just looks
yes.
No, you can
Unkept.
You can leave it there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So she's not looking after herself.
Yeah, like
I'm trying to clean this up for you, by the way.
I mean, like she's not like.
But I feel like if you're annoyed that someone's lying on your dick, you're annoyed that someone's lying on your dick.
Fair.
Doesn't matter who it is.
True.
Fair.
That's what I'm taking from this. Is like,
Yeah, no,
regardless
absolutely.
of what you look like, why are you lying?
Absolutely.
It's
No, but
weird.
Obviously, like-
it's not regardless of what you look like, because
Yeah.
if there were certain babes that lied, the man them will let it run.
And like it wouldn't be content if he didn't reference the weight.
Okay.
Like there wouldn't be like much controversy behind it.
Yeah.
It's just because of who he is and how she looks.
He's so funny.
And the fact he addressed it, because the easy thing to be like, oh, you don't really need to address that.
Yeah.
You give it more credence by addressing it.
Yeah.
You give the story a bit more legs, if there is a story there. It's like when they were saying that Usher was out here burning the babes, and there was one babe that was part of that demographic.
Yeah. And everyone was like, really?
And they didn't believe her just purely off the fact that she was of that demographic.
Yeah.
But she might not have been lying.
Had it been a supermodel now,
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
it would have been a look, considered more believable.
People were saying like, "Oh, Siri, like play Let It Burn." Like that's what the streets were saying, innit?
But then
Not too much on my goat, man.
Oh no, of course, come on, like this. King of R&B, man.
at the same time, certain guys will swear up and down that they like a particular woman.
Yeah, but behind closed doors, they have a different palette.
Yeah. I just say that.
Have you?
Like who you like, man.
I was playing.
Have
I was just playing rough, man.
intro your fucking pod.
I'll be. No, I was going to ask a crazy question. I didn't say nothing.
Intro your pod.
I don't
Big
know.
dance.
I don't know.
Intro your pod.
I think we've introed it already.
Yeah,
We've introed like twice. You can't do that. Anytime you want me to get off your neck, she's like, intro the
Intro
pod.
your pod.
Man's like
Intro
2.5
your
hours
pod.
in. Or intro your pod.
Intro your pod.
Okay, well, we're here, man. We're here to pod, man.
Yeah, we are.
You know, I just want to be honest, man. Like, I need to get some hate off, man.
Get the hate off,
Sounds
bro.
like hate to me.
Sounds like hate to me.
And I think the best place to start is, Carisha, please don't do that again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Vans, please don't.
right off the gate.
Don't do. Meech, where's my
Where's
husband?
my husband? It was so bad.
Wait, hang on. I think I got it.
Such bad vibes.
Meech, where's my husband?
was shooting outside the club. I'm so sorry. But please forgive me.
Cry for me. Tell us why you do this.
I'll make it right. I promise.
I want whoever did this to pay. Get the fuck out of here.
City girls out.
Acting was stiff as hell, man.
Do you know what? I support black mediocrity
Okay.
Absolutely.
Explain why.
because not everyday black excellence.
Yeah.
Sometimes let us get by being needy.
It's a bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
But like, do you know what it is though? Like, when other people around you are acting their asses off, and then you just waltz in
With a fat ass.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do what you want.
Saying cheeks over everything. people were saying content over everything, cheeks over everything. Yeah, that was just so funny, innit? That I was like, do you know why as well? Like, not to overly serious it out. I remember, I think 50 was talking about in Power, this episodes where Lala, I don't know if she was either having issues with her son or something was going to happen where she had to basically pick her and her son over Tasha. I don't know if you remember that bit in Power.
Oh, yeah.
So like, because she's always having to come to Tasha's aid, and it's all about their family and Tariq. She's like, listen, I've got my son, I've got this house out with Tommy, I'm going to live my life. Which I think she was going to snitch basically, innit? Mm-hmm. And 50 Cent was talking about how he basically, to get more emotion out of her, was like, think about your son and what he might be, if this was your actual child, innit? And Young Miami's baby father was being killed, innit?
Yeah.
Back in the day. So
yeah,
I don't know if he was on set or like if they could maybe coax some emotion from her, you might have got more in it.
Yeah.
If you go from like get it from a real place.
Yeah.
Because that acting was just super, super stiff, innit? But like you said, sometimes let people get by with
it's nerves as well.
It could be, yeah.
Like, it could be nerves as well. Like, it's not your arena.
Has she acted before?
I don't know.
Because if they get me out there, I might be up there fluffing my lines. I'll start stuttering like Gareth Gates.
No, I believe in you.
You believe in me?
Yeah.
I believe in me too, but when you're under them bright lights, anything can happen, man.
It's true.
Anything can happen.
Do you think you got it in you?
Yeah.
I could see you doing Mock the Week.
Oh,
that's what I can see. We've always said you should definitely do voiceover work. Yeah. We've said that, like, and if you don't, it's on you. I'm not going to tell you again. You need to do it. Mock the Week, hosting.
Been getting into that.
Room 187. Just shouts out to you. But there's like a lane for you. I can see that. Yeah, you could. That dry humor. You put the dead in deadpan, bro.
Top notch.
Yeah. It went to the point of annoyance. I'm like, bro, allow me, man.
Yeah, but then what are you gonna do?
Just hearing my pom poms, innit? Show you one.
Woo!
Yeah, come on, it's got to be done, man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Did you? Obviously, I know we do it a little bit later in the pod, but did you watch the most recent episode of BMF?
I did.
Is it not the season finale? Or we got one more?
Oh yeah, I was like, right, season finale. So we'll take some content for the women, for the cufflinks and the Chrissy Hive. Did Vans, you can take headphones off if you don't like this bit. Did he put the big in Big Meech for you?
I was so confused.
Okay.
Like, I didn't think I saw what I saw.
So have you watched it a couple times to make sure?
Absolutely not. I was like, what is that?
Wow.
Like, what? Did he say it was like 15 inches or did I make that up?
Oh, no, well, I didn't put any numbers and stuff.
Okay, sorry.
I wasn't having my ruler,
sure.
but...
Falls at the TV, like...
No, but guys, have you ever measured your meat? No.
No, I'm not going to... I have. The thing is, this is so much cap. I absolutely have.
Have you measured your meat in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay.
When I was younger, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like daily?
No. I want to see if it was growing. Another one.
Daily.
I don't know.
That is insane.
Daily measurements. That might be the title.
Daily measurements
might be the title.
That is insane.
Now, when I was younger, absolutely. Remember, okay, I said on here, but not everyone might agree. I think porn fried a lot of our brains, innit?
Yeah.
So you're seeing the jackhammer on there. I said, hey.
Looked at my shit like it was inadequate.
I said, hey, let me just make sure I'm in correct range, innit? Because what I'm seeing on this screen right now, is daunting.
Yeah, that wasn't no. But I don't know. I've referenced it on the pod before. There was a program on Channel 4 called My Big Fat Cock or something like that.
Yeah, something mad.
Anytime someone says the C word like that, it's so British. Cock.
There's no nice way to say it.
Yeah. There's no subtle, because you try to say it subtly, but
you can't. It's horrible. There was some guys on there who had genuinely had enormous penises, and they were saying this is
how hard their life was.
Yeah, but one of the guys he had on, he said it's find it really difficult to get a job because every time he goes there and he's like suit trouser and stuff, they just think he's being inappropriate, and he's had that feedback before. Like, you did great.
Man's in an interview. What do you bring to this company?
Wear flamboyant things, bro. Don't wear grey tracksuits.
No, but she's saying Donny's wearing a suit. Like,
he wore a grey suit.
I feel like maybe that was for the purposes of the show. But no matter what he wore, like, you could.
Okay, it's like
he was like 5'2".
Yeah, he was a small guy.
Oh, so God gave him his height in all the wrong places.
Yeah, and he was really like slim as well. Like, he was a small guy, and he had just like.
So he's walking in the room cock first.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was gonna say it's like the busty girls.
Yeah,
like at a certain point, because you know sometimes because of how you're shaped, people can overly sexualize you.
Yeah.
So breasts of a certain size, whether she has the titties falling at the top, whether she's wearing a turtleneck, we can see the breasts in it. You have breasts in it, so it's not her fault. Like, and it's also if that's like your maybe on your bigger assets, you might play into it as well.
Yeah,
and wear more of the revealing stuff in it. Everyone's got to work with what God gave them. It's true. So you got to work your angles.
Yeah.
So, damn, 5'2" with the hammer.
Bro, that program was so funny.
It was
you watched it as well?
Insane.
I remember Chrissy talking about it. I'm not seeing it.
Fam, like there was a Donny, that like every time he played football, when they go in the shower.
What, cock falling like the shorts?
Fam, like they'll be in the shower and like all his mates will pull their phones out.
No.
And like, because they're from a small town, small little village, like everyone's seen the Donny's peen.
So it's called famous.
Yeah, his friends like keep sending it around. So like he was like, he doesn't like it, innit? And he has to confront the situation. So he confronted one of his boys and was like, they met up for like a pint. And he was like, yo, I don't really appreciate
all the attention you're showing my meat.
Yeah, that you're like, just every time we play football, like you keep making jokes and you keep pulling your phone out and sending it to people and stuff like. And the Donny was like, nah, man, this ain't a big deal, bro. He was like,
you got a big dick. Like,
you got a big dick, man. Like, it's calm.
And he was like, you got a big dick?
And he was like, oh, what would you do if it was the other way around? He was like, I'll be fine with it.
Oh, bad.
He basically said, you're moving mad, innit? Chill out.
From your recollection from the show, were those guys' sex lives affected?
Yeah, greatly.
Yeah, that Donny that I was talking about, he went on a date. First date, he was like, just so you know.
No, he didn't.
I've got a massive cock.
Did he say like that?
Yeah.
And he was like, just.
And how did she respond?
She was like, oh. Just what? Like,
I wasn't expecting that. But he was saying it was not under the pretense of me bragging. It's just because of the area that I'm from. Like everyone.
Oh, so if she sees a video.
Yeah, everyone's, pretty much seen it and it's affected his dating life in the past.
Okay.
So that's why, he thought that, let me just throw it out there. But
throwing it out there is insane.
That is still a mad thing to say on your first date.
There was another guy who he would have to tell his partners because he's been in situations where he's like gotten to know someone and he really likes them.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out and they're like, absolutely not. So he kind of starts with that, like,
because they want to get to the point of I like you, and then now we can't do anything.
Yeah.
Without being vulgar, obviously, Vans, you can make sure you edit this bit out if needs be. Yeah?
Go on.
Is there a certain size or after a certain size where like it's just not enjoyable?
Yeah, because the guy was saying how like you can't get it in all the way. So
okay.
Ain't no lube in the world.
Like he's like half of it is just hanging out.
Yeah.
Or it's just really uncomfortable or even painful for the person that he's sleeping with. So it's like it's not, the size has gone past the point of like pleasure or bragging or anything like it's just too big.
Damn. Did any of them get go and get surgery and get reductions?
One of them actually contemplated it, but the surgery was so risky. He was like, oh, just gonna have to film it.
Gotta go and do porn.
Bro, the guy was so upset, he just used to hang out in a secluded area by a lake and just stare into the distance, wishing that he had a smaller dick.
Is that what the subtitle said?
No, that was just my observation. Fam, it was so funny.
God.
It was so, like, obviously their lives are affected in ways where, I'm not going to understand.
Yeah. We don't have those problems.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so growing up and how porn may have warped a lot of young men's minds, they would have felt like, Rod, it would be lit if I had that.
If you had the meat machine.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
But
You need to
know,
joke every 5
realistically, it's that's not what it is, isn't it?
No, of course. But like I said, younger time, less experience, I'd have been like, yeah, what, like I've been like his friend. Like, what are you complaining about, bro? That young was like, bro, come on, man.
Like, but even today, like, there's like, you know, all these stats where they have the country with, you know, the men that are the most endowed.
And what country is topping the list at the moment?
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I saw a tweet the other day that said it was Congolese men.
Okay. And where did Nigerian men fall on the list? Just out of
No, this was just like the headline. I didn't go into the.
Oh, so they just recognised the first place.
It was just like
It's such an American headline. We only recognise winners.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't even go into the list. It was usually like Africa, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out to the Congolese community, man.
Shout outs to the man them.
Hope you lot representing out there, man. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because
I think I'm actually like on like best behaviour today.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually quite talked out as well. Like, shout out to ESM podcast.
Yeah.
We did their podcast. We recorded Sunday. It came out today. So, I know it's Thursday now, but it came out Tuesday. We did a lot of talking.
We did.
I'm not envious of Stavros at all because he had to do that editing, and I'm sure that was a long task.
Sorry to him.
Yeah. But shout out to the man them, man.
No, it's good to link up,
Every
man.
time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while, and like people that have their own space, their own setup, and do a lot of stuff in house, I think we'll always have longevity in the space when it comes to podcasting.
Yeah.
However long they want to go, wherever they want to take it to. Yeah, so
Do it on your own terms.
yeah, that's what you do. On times you can be sat there on a Sunday night recording for 4.5 hours. Do you think anybody else can shout me and say, "Come and record for 4 hours"? You are crazy,
I just
man.
got back as well. I was tired.
Yeah, no, but it was good for us to link up on that.
Yeah.
And Vans made sure they were aware that, you know, we're a trio. Don't leave Chrissy out. So
Yeah. At least someone's got my back.
I mean, we both have your back. I just, you know, unfortunately, I assumed I was like, let me back in
But
town.
you know what happens when you assume?
What's that?
You make an ass out of you and me.
Not too much on my pod members.
Yeah, you know the rules, man. Like friendly fire, small,
innit?
Unless you have a true grievance, we go outside, have a smoke, talk it out, and then come back in.
Yeah.
Or you on the vibes of content or everything. We've got to leave everything in here and like What do I say?
I'm gonna eat it. That brother munch.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Rick Ross is another person who's unintentionally funny.
No, but I think he knows he's funny now, so he plays up to it a little bit.
Yeah, but it's still funny though.
What was he on his birthday? Get a gal in my wine, and he was winding up himself in the fur jacket and that.
Remember that time when he was walking around New York, talking about Bitcoin, and he goes up to the random man.
I know.
Like, do you want to make money with rose? And the guy's like, what?
There was a thread recently of like really funny Rick Ross moments, and I cried real tears. Told the horse to mind its business.
Yeah,
like he's just so funny.
I eat pears now. Shout out to all the pear.
That's where it started. I think that's when he's got a clock in. You know, like I've got a character about me because you can brand yourself in it. And when you're maybe like the boss or a gangster rapper, people don't expect you to be funny. I don't know why that is. As if like you're fucking a thug every hour of the day, but you got a personality in it.
He's very funny.
And you can sell stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of criminals that are funny.
Wow. How many criminals do you know?
Do you not know?
Don't do that.
Do you not?
But we're like, why those two things?
Just like, or if you have a rep, right?
No,
everyone
you're
assumes that like you're the super serious guy, but like if you know certain man, they're actually comedians.
It's like I was talking about Fredo earlier.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason people find him so funny is because
his demeanor, his
they're probably thinking he's
presentation.
not like, "Raw, my man's got a personality."
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
I feel like your goat, Fofty. He's very like
Who?
Fofty.
Fofty. How dare you? Can you DM me?
I think he's quite funny.
Dirties.
Yeah, he's funny. I
Yeah.
remember he was in Pimping Curly and all that stuff. Do you remember when he was
When they were beefing Cameron.
yeah, Cameron and
Guys,
yeah.
I saw something so strange on the internet. So it was this video of Cameron. Is it Cameron?
Yeah.
And it was this weird hood, like YouTube short. And then he shot this little girl and then she jumped up in the air, but then she was somehow alive. And then he spat on her.
See, there's an era of like hip hop, yeah. don't revisit it. There's
It was
an era,
a crazy time in 06.
There was an era of
What
hip
was
hop,
it?
like DVD era.
That's Killer Season.
World Star Hip Hop era, Jordan Tower films. There's an era of like hip hop that just it was for them. Just don't.
That
That is like New York gutter stories.
Yeah. Just don't revisit it.
I have genuinely never seen anything like that in my life. I was so confusion. Like,
Yeah,
what's happening?
so-
Whose child is that?
So
Who let their child?
Who
be?
let her?
yeah.
They spat. Ugh.
Obviously, with the light thing, he didn't actually spit on her, innit?
there was spit on the girl's forehead.
I think it was real spit, as in.
They
Yeah,
spat
yeah.
on that little girl's forehead.
Bro, have you seen Killer Season?
I have, bro. That's what I'm saying. I want to get off this.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this.
But yeah, that movie came out in conjunction with the album.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do stuff to sell
It's
your
like a
album.
little small movie.
Yeah. This is before Tubi or whatever the kids are watching. Have all these like
Blood in my
really
eyes.
bad films and stuff in it.
Okay.
Do you have any hate to get off? Or do you want to put your hate
It's
on
probably
ice?
that.
Was that
Yeah,
your
it's probably that.
sounds like hate to me segment?
I was genuinely disgusted. I sent it to Vans. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why is this a thing? Whose child is that?
It's so. If you look back at the conversation, it's like she's like outraged, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's Killer Season."
Because you're so casual, but yeah, that's light, man.
Because I even started it, like in all caps, like, what the fuck? I've seen the worst thing of my
Yeah, you
life.
expecting Vans to meet you with your level of like disdain,
Honestly.
innit?
And I was like, do you know what? I didn't even.
And I know him. Yeah, that's Killer Season.
I was so taken aback. I didn't even, like, I've just remembered it now. I didn't even ask him, like, what is Killer Season?
Yeah.
Because I was just like,
I don't need any more than this. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, it is insane. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And these man, how it was filmed, these man blatantly did it on their own.
Yeah, but it's that era of when you'd have like the wild skits where like a local skeezer you would call or whatever, and they put that on the album and stuff. Like that's that era.
put what on the album?
Her maybe saying something on the brazen or voicemail, or
Okay.
maybe pleasuring someone. Like it's that era. Yeah. I don't know if those things actually happened, but that was that era when you put those things. It was shock value. You had New York MCs with names like Tragedy, Gaddafi, or like you have people saying stuff for shock value. There's an era of hip hop with shock value.
Yeah, and everyone was trying to be like the hardest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you don't think there's toxic masculinity now? Then
Tragedy, Gaddafi.
Yeah, like some of the lyrics, in hip hop back then.
How can you expect to have peace in your life if your name is Tragedy Gaddafi?
I mean I don't know the history of like how things panned out for him life wise, but yeah.
Do you know what? I'm even going to.
If you listen to some like Biggie stuff, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd be investigated.
bro, absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
I said you look so good. I'll. I shouldn't finish that line.
nope,
No, okay.
nope.
No, that's fine. We can get off that.
Yeah,
innit,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We can have some nice low vibrational conversation if you guys are on it. Uber everywhere. No, you don't go into cabs for dates.
Excuse me?
Oh, that
Help
what was
him.
it? That dilemma? Was
I think was it a dilemma?
Was it a dilemma? Or
So on this podcast,
You don't go on oh, wait. Sorry, say that all over
no,
again.
play the clip because you got headphones in. Vans has got it for you, so you can play the clip
Yeah.
for you.
is going on a date,
Whilst you're
right?
texting your
So
account.
she went on an amazing date, and the following weekend, she was about to go on a date with another guy. The first weekend with the guy, she asked him, she said, "Are you going to call an Uber for me?" And then he was just like, "Okay, like, where do you live? Yada, yada, yada." Anyway, he sorted it out. They had a great time. And she wasn't like she was asking like a dickhead. She was being really nice about it. She never just said like,
Get me a
I read it, so I analyzed like, okay, no, you asked really nicely. Anyway,
Right.
needless to say, they had a good time. They went out. They basically like bar hopped because it was one of them ones where you have such a good time, you don't want to go
Let's
home.
go to the next
And
place.
she was telling me how like much they were just laughing and enjoying each other's company. The following week, she has a date with another guy. She says the exact same thing. She's talking to him really pleasantly. She says, "Are you gonna sort out like an
Me
Uber
getting
or a
there.
cab for me?" And then he says, "No, you could get like a cab, train, or bus yourself.
He's a bastard.
I'll be
Do you
doing
know
the
what,
same."
yeah?
Did that not happen to me?
That's happened to me as well.
And I was just like, do you know what? If he didn't want to do it, that is absolutely fine because you can't force a man to do anything. But I felt like his delivery, the
Was
way he
shady
said
as
yourself,
fuck. Yeah.
like telling her all the types of like vehicles.
Very fucking
He might as well
shady.
have told her that she could take her foot and walk.
And
there.
walk there.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, babe, this guy will slap you. You know that? This guy can slap you. Because if you can talk to me like that, you can actually slap me.
Yeah.
Because why are you so angry? And then you expect, we haven't met yet. We have not met.
Over to you, Chris.
I just feel like everybody should cut their coat according to their size.
That pause, I was like, you should try to remember what you said on Sunday.
No, you're talking about cheese on Sunday. I feel like everyone, if you have a standard, that's fine. Great. No one's entitled to do anything. I do feel like his delivery was very somehow.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're listing all the ways that I can get there. Like, make your way there yourself. I'll be doing the same. That's somehow to me. It's not what he said, it's how he said it.
Okay.
Or with a little bit of sass.
Yeah, sassy. Like, okay.
If that was you, if you was reading that back, you received that message, how long? Okay, that's a couple questions. How would you respond? And how long would it take you to respond to that text?
It would take me a while because I would have to. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I moving mad? Like, you actually have to think, like,
Yeah.
is my response reasonable to this? And I've said before, you can't unsay shit. So I'll take a moment. And then I think my response would be, okay, thank you. Full stop.
That's HR Chrissy, man.
No, that would be it.
Because I'm in limbo, like, are you coming or not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's be man together. I told you.
Mad.
Yeah.
Let's be man together.
Because what killed me is I see the screenshot of the conversation, yeah. When she first asked him about like the travel, he took like 23 minutes to respond. I know he was walking out, he was outside just walking around the block.
Cooling off.
Yeah. Head on fire.
Yeah, I feel like the delivery was very somehow. And just like you said, he's taken time to,
Yeah.
like, you haven't just, do you know what I mean? It's not like it's 2 seconds after and you could give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe they're not quite sure how this has come across. Maybe they've just responded. Because sometimes if you're doing something, you might respond and you're like, you might go back to the message and think, that wasn't necessarily how I meant that. I wasn't fully concentrating on what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've taken time to write that. So, okay.
I love this because the dating industrial complex will always give us content and stuff to talk about. I love it. You know,
Always.
there's always like, oh, we talking about this stuff again? We are. Because it's always going to pop back up.
Someone
People are
said-
not going to stop dating. So,
Someone said black people haven't had a serious conversation since the civil rights movement.
I mean,
Yeah.
funny online. Not necessarily true.
This is the
But I
worst
hear
era.
you. I hear
You're
you.
saying this is the worst era of blacks.
This is the worst era of blacks. They just send us back. That's insane.
You know what? Yeah, I think that people just need to understand that dating etiquette isn't necessarily universal. So just because like you went on 2 dates prior and these man sorted that out for you, it doesn't mean that the third man will.
Yeah.
And there's so many reasons as to why that discourse ended up that way. Because it could have been a situation where she felt that, like, you know, off the back of her previous dates, this is the norm to her. And to him, he's never had to do that, or he's never had a woman say that, because there are some women that are, or a lot of women that aren't going to ask him that. Right? So he's looking at it like, rah, like the audacity. That's why it took 23 minutes to respond, because prior to that, it was within a minute.
Oh yeah, the message to prior were back to back.
Back to back, double texting, all of that. So it could have been that, and that's where his energy may have come from. But then I don't think it's that serious in the first place. Like, if you don't approve of what the answer is, that he's not going to do that for you, then you just leave it alone. You got nothing to lose. You didn't meet, like, you haven't met
Yeah.
Like you haven't spent time together before.
Do you think it matters that they said he's over 40?
That probably does matter because texting etiquette, people of a certain age.
And society would like to think that at that age you have enough means to provide that, or you have like your own mode of like transportation, i.e. a car.
But did you? Okay, cool. Because like I love us, yeah. Where it's very lovely. This is very safe. Some responses, yeah. When you see that, is that what jumps out to you, Chrissy? Do you think, Donny's doesn't drive or isn't driving as to why he's skirting away from picking you up or getting you a cab?
No, not even that. My main thing was just the delivery of that message. Like, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. Like, I can't beat you. That's fine. But at your big age, like, you don't have to just be respectful. Like, there's a way to deliver a message.
Was it disrespectful? Or was it because
No,
see,
it
like
wasn't
this is where like there's those blurred lines between men and women sometimes, and obviously online exasperates it. Yeah, but so we might agree, maybe a bit sassy. I was like, oh, raw. Is that how he responded?
Yeah.
When the video lands, of course, maybe that's like we podcast in it, so dramatic effect, and you're being a little bit extra.
Dazzle.
Man, because if I responded, he can slap. Come on, let's have it right, man. Don't he might just not want to spend his money right now, or he might have been same way. Like obviously, recent form, she's been outside enjoying it. She had back-to-back wins the last few weeks. Going into this current game, she's on form, innit? So
yeah, you can
maybe
beat a team.
I'm feeling myself. This is my level. Let me
And then you get
my
beat
man.
7-0.
How am I getting this place? You booking like, and also it's like the closeness of like, are you sorting out my Uber or are you picking me up in it? And then he's like, no. Those are 2 options, but those are 2 out of 5.
Oh.
There's other options for you to get around.
Man pulled out the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
You might as well send me a link to Seat Mapper.
Yeah,
That's what he did.
Yeah. Because what's the difference?
Because she assumed. Remember you said earlier about assuming?
here's the destination. There's bare different options on Google Maps on how to get there.
When men don't want to spend money in a certain way, you get labeled. I was saying you get labelled. So it's like he's tight, he's stingy, doesn't have to date properly. Of course, maybe age, add that in there. Maybe he wants to see her level of effort because you know better than I know. When babes like you, they'll walk in the rain to come and see you.
Yeah. But again, I think it's the delivery. Just saying like, do you know what, I won't be able to do that. That's one thing. But saying like you can get a bus, you can walk, you can take a tram, you can fly for all I care.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I would laugh if you actually went on a date after all of that,
Depends on how I was feeling.
Such a warped sense of reality as well, man. Like, we've all met someone before and it's been like, we're going on a date, but like we'll see each other there, like we'll meet there. Like it happens.
That's not the wild thing.
Because there's a school of thought that like, rah, if he had to ask, it wasn't really on the cards for you.
Fair, yeah. There's also that
because that might be it might be a little bit of ego as well. Because like I was gonna do that, but now you ask. Some people are wired weird. Like now that you've asked, I'm not. Don't look at me like that. She's like, well, I fall in that category.
Yeah, isn't that
what
your
you're saying?
Mad.
Yeah,
he stole your whole flow.
Damn.
I'm familiar with your game.
Quentin Miller. These are my bars. No, some people that's how they're wired. I'm gonna do it, and because now you're saying or assuming that I should do that. Nah.
Yeah, and that is absolutely fine. Like, I've said before that what we miss in a lot of these online conversations is context. So we don't know.
No. You know the rules with the dating industrial complex. There's no context. We don't have any context. We're just meant to go and like have a rational response to like a screenshot. There you go, guys.
Again.
Listen,
Unpack.
I mean, sorry.
Thanks.
Were you interrupted?
Yeah, that's why I said to Fols, like, don't interrupt me again.
My bad.
I like you've been here before.
Mad.
Online, a lot of what we miss is context. So we don't know the conversations that they've had, because if she knew that if you're going on a date with someone, I would assume you know the bare minimum about them. So
I'd hope.
I would assume. But I feel like because she asked him, are you going to come and pick me up? It kind of leads you to assume that he has a car.
Yeah.
see
That's
what
why
I'm
when I
saying?
saw
So,
that
like,
people saying, "Oh, it's because you're not driving," I was like,
This
if she's put that out there, yeah, then. But then, man, them have cap. There's a lot of snaps from the car, and
mad.
yeah. Who? Listen, who knows?
Who knows?
Also,
Who
safety.
knows?
That's whilst you lot was being serious and grown. Would you just be giving out your? Obviously,
Absolutely
when we're assuming that she wants to be picked up from a house, she might
Yeah.
be not doing that. She might be like, pick me from this location.
Yeah.
But would you be just giving out your address early doors like that for someone to come and get you?
No,
Just
I
for the
personally
sake
wouldn't.
of
To say like
being
pick me up.
dated a certain way or a certain level and being picked up.
Nope.
And make yourself feel better because someone's
And-
coming to grab you or
and-
put you in an Uber.
And this is why, like, I say that everyone is different, right? Because there's gonna be a babes that's like, oh yeah, he's sending me a driver, and then
This voice.
and then there's gonna be a babe that's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll meet you there, like, because they don't want
You sound
to
like a
share that.
kidnapper.
It sounds scary. Son.
All right, no, it's. I'm not gonna say that isn't a possibility, but that isn't always the case at the same time.
No, of course.
And you need to gauge who you're going on a date with. Some people have that type of rapport with one another, even though they haven't officially gone on a date yet, but like they got on so well, there's that level of trust that they have there for that to happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not the case with everyone, innit? So I think it's just a thing of like, you do things according to your, you know, your standards.
True.
If it doesn't align with the other person, then find another way, innit? You're adults.
And compatibility, like you don't have to date this person just to say like, oh, we went on a date and he took me here and he took me there and he got me a driver.
Listen, sometimes like these conversations do you a favor, because like you could be getting on like a house on fire until a particular topic comes up and you're like, I got you.
What?
This ain't gonna work.
Yeah. As long as you got to throw something out there just to test their mentality. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't agree? No?
Yeah. I would never argue with a black man.
Okay.
What did they do to you in the Italian Alps?
Who are you?
You've come back like a new woman.
Do you know what? Saying that, I just remember when I was out there, I went to the bar to buy a drink and I was like, oh, can I have this, that? So I got my like phone out, went to pay, and some guy was like, no, impossible.
Impossible.
You're so beautiful. I was like,
Wow.
oh, thank you. And he bought my drinks. I was like, oh, thank you.
And little did he
That
know
was that.
That was that.
that you earned twice his wage.
Can you relax?
Big mum in the house.
Relax. I take it back. I take it back.
No?
I take it back. But yeah, I just feel like it depends on where you go. If that's not your bag, then just move on. Like,
Yeah.
everybody should just be honest with each other about what it is they want, what it is they can provide. If it's not for you,
Who wants honesty in the early stages of dating?
oh,
Are we going to cut the crap and cut the cap at a certain point? Like the early stages of dating, you're putting what you feel is like your best version of yourself forward until there's a level of comfortability and that veil slips a little bit.
and
Yeah, sometimes maybe.
I am who I am.
Fair? We don't have to have a deep dive. I was just,
No, that was
no,
but definitely there is like, you want to be not necessarily pretending to be someone that you're not, but just being
Yeah, because that's exhausting actually.
just to pretend.
you got to keep that up.
Like pretending to be someone that you're not.
Long.
That just sounds nuts.
You're gonna get this madness.
No, it's better for us. It's better for us. And she needs to show her madness early, so Donnie can know whether or not, because he could be mad as well.
And then again, let's
Yeah.
be mad together.
Yeah. So
what's the ones that you think are really smart end up being mad?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I was a shot at you. Just an observation. From what's going on in the community.
Oh, man in the community, are you?
No, not too much on my brother Fols.
No. Man of the people.
Yeah.
A lot of research. We have this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have conversation on the internet.
All right.
Absolutely.
Conversations in person.
Oh, but when I'm doing it for journalistic integrity, it doesn't count.
No, it does. Well, it's my job just to trouble you, innit? That's all it is.
Top up.
Don't act like you've been there before, so don't fight it. Yeah, don't fight it. Like, just,
Okay.
embrace it.
Cool.
We all got our brands, innit?
Cool.
Let me do my job, and you do your job.
Okay.
Vans does his job, and we come together as a cohesive unit.
What is your brand?
Love
And light.
and light, happiness, joy, being fulfilled,
Yes.
being tall. Like, there's loads of stuff, man. So listen, man.
Yeah.
Just get embrace it, man.
Yeah. Cool.
Speaking of people doing their job, GaryLineker didn't want to do his job on the weekend just gone. So Match of the Day presenter.
I think he did. They didn't want him to do his job.
No, he didn't want to do his job on their terms.
Yes.
So
Fair enough.
I don't know if I've got the tweet of what he said. So last week, I think we spoke about it loosely towards the end of the podcast about the whole stop the boats thing.
Yeah.
So the Braveman came out, and obviously, what it's like. Oil prices are an all-time high. Gas prices are all-time high. Everybody has mold in their house. Nobody's got money.
Yeah.
Taxes are high. Inflation's high. But you know what we're gonna do? Focus on the immigrants. That's always the best way to do it, innit? So, in response to this coming out with the whole stop the boats thing, GaryLineker tweeted, "There's no huge influx. We take far fewer refugees than other major European countries. This is just an immeasurably cruel policy directed at the most vulnerable people in language that is not dissimilar to that used by Germany in the 30s. And I'm out of order, ? And that landed him in some hot water because of certain rules with regards to presenters on BBC, impartiality, not having political takes, even though we saw a lot of political takes when the World Cup happened in Qatar. And our media platforms and personalities telling other nations, other religions, other backgrounds how they should, move as a country. I'm not saying I even agree with how they move out there, but it's just interesting when we have the moral high ground and stuff, innit? So I didn't expect that, though, the response from the Tory government and the BBC. But then I look and I'm like, okay, cool. He's a big voice, big character. He has, for the last few years, used his social media platform, especially Twitter, to talk more about social, political issues. So he just doesn't tweet about football. He doesn't give his opinion on stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe, I could be wrong, maybe he's been towing the line for a little bit and they've been on him behind the scenes. But they finally got him one because, there's a certain community you don't play with,
Yeah, so you didn't read this one, did you?
That's one idea.
Oh, right. So,
Where were you for the last couple of minutes?
Hello.
sorry, my bad. I think just because of what he said, even just the last line in the language used in Germany in the 1930s, immediately people started referencing the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, things started to really gain traction. And I think the BBC just hopped on the fence immediately and just thought, you know what? We can remove this person without even understanding sometimes your employer don't even realize the type of influence that you have.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think they underestimated that greatly.
But I think it was for the Tories, it was and a certain section of the press, it was like a tap-in for them. So they can, because over here, I feel like, especially in this part of the world, they want to move. No, we're not like everywhere else. No, it's just all in your head. Because you have I don't know if it's subtle racism or it's not as overt and in your face. So when something that was historically a turning point in the world and humanity and such a big deal, if you make any slight reference to that, they're like, no. But all he's saying is language is not too dissimilar. So I don't know if you remember years ago, Katie Hopkins, I think it might have been in a newspaper when there was I might be coming from Cali. They've got those immigrants that are coming over and they're in the boats and she was referring to them as cockroaches.
Goodness.
If you take away someone's humanity and you refer to them as animals, it could be a reach for me. In America, 3/5 a human being. So during the whole slavery period and coming out of that, black people looked at as less than humane, innit? So and if you have someone using that language in a national newspaper, what kind of tone are you setting for your readership and the country?
Yeah.
You're saying stop the boats. They're coming over. to take over and, you know, bleed our resources. When really and truthfully, we've got people that we should be holding accountable.
Yeah.
But it's a smoke screen. No, this is, you know, they're bleeding NHS dry when you guys are because you want to privatize, isn't it? So, yeah, you're using that language. It's not too dissimilar. And we didn't just go from we hate the Jews to gas chambers. There was stuff that led up to that.
Yeah.
So unless I'm wrong, and, you know, it was a quick jump, I think I remember from history, and I studied that when I was younger, that, you know, there were steps that were taken.
Yeah.
You have to set the tone. You have to keep feeding it, drip feeding it in the media.
Yeah.
These are the people to blame for your lack of, you know, economic growth as a people. They're the reason why you're not doing one. Really and truthfully, it's the people in power not doing their job, innit?
Yeah.
So, what I did like seeing, though, is the fact that Donny's his brethren's backed him.
Yeah.
I don't know if they even all necessarily, because it could be two things, that they agree with what he said on the internet, or that they just didn't like how the BBC were handling him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like they're valid in either of the approaches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like the type of job that you're in, you look at what it does and you look at the rest of the network and you're like, wait, hold on. Nah, you can't do that to man. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially when you understand like that, like, we can't do this without our guy.
Yeah.
And we do this like on the podcast, the BBC Sounds podcast that they have. Like, you know, they do it on Match of the Day weekly. They do it when there's the FA Cup. Like, so, and they've been doing this for like 20 years.
They're not small boys.
And especially when they don't disagree with what he said. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they're like,
they might not necessarily all the way agree, but it's like,
yeah,
like,
but
you can't make me apologize for something that I said online. I didn't even say it whilst I've got the BBC logo in the back.
And in like all of these people, I assume they say views of my own, not of.
Yeah.
You see, we've had people that have been on podcasts before that you look in their bio, once again, at one extra, you know, these views are my own, are not the BBC's.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, like they had to, you know, double down.
I loved it, bro. I think Ian Wright the first one to say, I'm not coming to work. And then it was Alan Shearer.
And then Alan Shearer.
They started pressurizing Jermaine Genius.
And then Jermaine Genius was like, I weren't asked to do tonight, but if I was asked,
no,
I would have said no.
I like him clarifying. Just my name went in the mix.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
But just in case it was.
Yeah.
And then even people that aren't even on that show itself, on other shows throughout the day, were like, no, we're not coming into work.
Yeah, so then the commentators, all of the BBC commentators was like, I stand with Gary. And then the clubs, so Liverpool and Bournemouth were the first to play on that weekend.
Yeah.
Because it was a lunchtime kickoff. They both stood with Gary and said that they wouldn't speak to any BBC press. They wouldn't speak to the BBC. And then Radio 5 Live, everyone on there was like, nope. Solidarity, stand with Gary. So BBC were forced to air Match of the Day for the first time without a presenter, no punditry, no commentators.
Clips.
So it was 20 minutes long of just clips.
That's great for the this YouTube generation.
Yeah.
Just straight to it.
YouTube shorts.
Because I haven't watched Match of the Day in ages, bro. If games are on a Saturday, I'll just wait till like at a certain point on the Sky Sports channel on YouTube and just watch the small highlights at like 3-4 minutes long there.
No, I can't lie, I watch it still.
You still watch it? And also as well, like maybe not now, there was a period where we're out heavy as well. So Saturday night, you're not even in the house anyway.
Yeah.
So you get outside. So
I'll still watch it though. Like I'll still catch up
on Match of Day 2 or something.
Or on the iPlayer.
Yeah.
At some stage.
Do you know who I did not feel for, but I know there was someone there that was like, if they ask me, I'll take it. But because of the climate, when everybody's saying no,
not worth it.
After a certain point, I don't know if it's after Ian Wright or Alan Shearer or the fifth or the sixth person, but after a certain point, you can't even be seen to. You have to tweet out. People are pressurizing. Michael Richards, we need you to say something. Like everyone's on people that, yo, you better be standing with Gary. You better be backing your boy. You know, I know someone sitting there, right? Like, listen, this might be my one opportunity to kill it.
Yeah,
No, but this is also another example of how to take a stand.
Very true.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and
We're going to sack all of us.
yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's true.
What are you gonna do? And they, subsequently ended up apologizing.
But Gary
What, the
Lineker's-
BBC and apologising?
To Gary.
I saw his tweets. I mean, go on, Chrissy.
Yeah, his tweets were a little bit somehow to me as well.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't back down, but you folded.
Baby steps, though, innit?
Yeah, like you do have to pick your battles. I get that, but I feel like you took such a strong stance in the beginning. I get that there is, like the same way I'm saying, pick your battles. You do have to you have to realize that you have to compromise somewhere and sometimes in order to move forward and actually progress. But again, I feel like that could have been worded better. But
I've got it. So after a surreal few days, I'm delighted that we have navigated our way through this. I want to thank you all for the incredible support, particularly my colleagues at BBC Sport for the remarkable show of solidarity. Football is a team game, but their backing was overwhelming. I've been presenting sport on the BBC for almost 3 decades, and I'm immeasurably proud to work with the best and fairest broadcaster in the world. I think that was when I stood out to people. I cannot wait to get back in the Match of the Day chair on Saturday. A final thought, however difficult the last few days have been, it simply doesn't compare to having to flee your home from persecution or war to seek refuge in a land far away. It's heartwarming to have seen the empathy towards their plight from so many of you. We remain a country of predominantly tolerant, welcoming and generous people. Thank you. There's that one. Best and fairest, up for debate.
shaky.
And then that whole, we remain a country of predominantly tolerant people. Depends who you speak to, innit?
No.
Yeah.
So I was saying earlier about like that whole brand of
race.
racism, like, no, it's all in your head.
Cool down.
Yeah, I think within that thread of tweets from Gary, like he had to display some sort of
It's
fairness and tact and humility, a nice PR clean sweep.
Bro,
type
you know
thing.
that went through quite a lot of people before that tweet came out, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine it did.
Bro, you got to double check, triple
But
check.
I must say that, like, I'm not a body language expert, but watching the news and seeing him being bombarded every day for those few couple of days outside his yard, he looked pretty relaxed. He looked like he knew that I'm gonna get this job back.
Because it's like, bro, there ain't no new up and coming presenters that got
I'm not ducking down from 7 million a year from the BBC.
Is it 7 million? I remember we were saying on Sunday when we recorded.
He's
actually
the
7
highest. He's the highest earner at the BBC.
That's a lot of meals.
What did my man say? Big Bomber Clark Corporation.
Fam, like
Simple
he's,
Simon.
bro, like he's the guy.
Yeah, and that's a big
True.
Bomber Clark check.
Yeah, they need him.
Yeah.
You know, they
even
do
though
need him.
there's been rumors that like he's looking to step down soon.
Fair enough.
Oh no, do you know what it is? You use everything. This is a wonderful time for negotiations. My contract's up. If his contract's up around this time, this is an amazing time to let's come back to the table and sit down.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
joking.
I mean,
I don't know if it is, but like if it's around that time, beautiful timing for him.
and when you've been the face of something for so long and no one has any complaints about Gary on Match of the Day,
Yeah.
You just
it works.
What you could use this to go and leverage, and you getting a crazy check somewhere else. BT Sport, if ITV were to come back into that space, I doubt it, but like you could, because of your lost leaders in business, you would probably pay over the odds for Gary Lineker as another channel to prove a point that we're the big boys in the space now. It's like when BT Sport came on the football scene, they went after the Champions League. They probably overpaid for it,
Yeah.
but they need that as
But they
a
got
part
it.
of their crown jewel. So obviously we want to have as many subscribers to our platform as possible.
It's like,
Use
we
something
want,
there for them.
We want the best pundits.
Yeah.
You know, all of these things. Like, it's a big broadcasting war, which is also a problem in this country, innit? Like, if you want to enter that conversation.
7 subscriptions to watch football.
Fam, like, but there's like, we're
No
probably
games.
like one of the only nations where like we don't get to see Saturday 3 p.m. kickoffs live unless we have an illegal stream.
And we do not have any illegal streams.
We don't, but you know.
I said we
We don't,
Yeah.
but you know, the majority of the country do. But until they fix the problem, like, you're leaving people with no choice.
Fair.
Yeah, listen, in the internet age, it's like if anything, oh yeah, behind the paywall, subscription, or you've got to pay for this fight, Wicked and Bad 6. Allow me, man.
Yeah, man. People are like,
So annoying.
people are like,
I know it's bad, but we're the LimeWire generation, we're the that generation. We used to free stuff.
Fam, people are saying we need that stream with the Arab commentary.
It goes off.
Bro, I don't even want to make an attempt.
Don't do it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But it goes off.
Entertaining.
Off. Do you know what? I feel like I want to be Micah Richards' friend. He's just so cool.
Because
He just seems like he's just funny. He's really been stepping into his drip bag recently. Like,
okay.
I was watching and he was wearing brown glasses and a brown suit.
He's
I
getting
was like,
£600 trims
That's
a week.
a week. Was it a week?
600
2 trims a week. 300 a piece.
He said drip or drown.
2 trims a week.
So for what he's spending, yeah. And of course, we have to always be careful because as soon as the girls have someone they find buff and the man them have critique, it comes across as hate. So let me just put that there early. I love Michael Richards as well. Infectious laugh, handsome guy, amazing stuff. 6 bills, he said a week, every 2 weeks. Is the trim looking 6 bills ish?
He always looks sharp. I will give him that. But it's not even.
Hairline is always, but it's also going to be in jeopardy.
It's not like
If
I'm
you're
saying,
cutting your hair that much. Oh, sorry, that's 2 interruptions this episode.
It's not like I'm saying I want to be his friend because I fancy him. I feel like he would just be fun to be around.
Good vibes.
Yeah,
No,
just,
he does
just
come across
fantastic
very
vibes.
like
Hey, listen,
jovial
man.
on
yeah,
and,
jovial.
and they're lapping him up. Like, he's on Sky Sports. He's on BBC. He's on CBS.
Just
I see him
vibes.
cooking up something with Daniel Sturridge. I see them in the studio.
I
love
saw
that.
Sturridge as well. To Chris's point about the drip thing, in my opinion, he looked really clean on the TV as well. So I want to see more of that. The same way, like how you've got
New media.
Shannon Sharp does the stuff for Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
And he's always dressed up on his gram. He's got his own Club Shay Shay podcast. I want to see that more of that, like the relatable content,
Bro.
As much as I like the YouTube guys that have their own channels, there always is going to be a space for ex-pros, but that are good pundits, have good personality. Because no matter how many subscribers you've got on your channel,
That
someone
Champions League
YouTube,
show on CBS is perfect.
yeah,
Goes
you
off.
guys have
Henri Carragher and Michael Richards.
what's the lady that sometimes on there with? Is it you don't know her name, but you know her face. Yeah, what's it?
Unlike you not to be able to identify a woman.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Off form.
Yeah. When the name comes to me, I'll say it.
But yeah, that content
great show.
that content is crazy.
Perfect.
They've got the right. It's like back in the day when
Henri's jokes. Carragher's funny.
before they went
and
crazy.
Richard's funny as well.
Was it Richard Keys and what was the other guy's name?
Andy Gray.
Andy Gray. They had good chemistry.
Oh, Andy Gray. One of the goats.
Yeah, until my man went brazy in that.
Did you go crazy?
Richard Keys went brazy, bro. He said,
I'm not talking about Richard Keys. I'm talking about Andy Gray specifically.
I don't think it was Andy Gray. I'm sure it was Richard Keys that said the sexist comment.
I think they both.
They both
did. But I know that Richard Keys has been like, he's had more than one incident.
But he had another controversy after dating his daughter's friend or something.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And he's always going back, and forth with like professionals on Twitter.
Yeah.
Joblessness.
Yeah.
See Matt Letizia crying because of the whole.
Matt Letizia, yeah. That was just like, that was real hate.
And it was misguided hate because obviously, so Matt Letizia was part of that. I can't remember the other pundits, but there was a group of pundits that got let go from was
Phil
it Sky?
Thompson. Yeah, him, Phil Thompson, and someone else.
Yeah, there was someone else that got let go, and he put it down to being older and white. So it's like, this day and age of maybe being too tolerant, being too PC, and wanting to appease a certain community. You're just putting people in position not because of their merit.
I'm sorry, Matt Letizia, you're not no older than no Ian Wright and Alan Shearer, and them, man. Don't put it down to that. You were just boring, bro.
You weren't good, yeah, you weren't good.
Accept it.
And the thing is, for me, you can see companies definitely trying to, or maybe successfully making more effort to have minorities, so women, gays, ethnic minorities. But if your immediate go-to is they got rid of me because they got to keep the blacks happy, you're not. This is how I look at it. You're not even seeing that they could be there off merit, because for a long time it was a good old boys club. So all the ex-pros come out. Hardly any black professionals, ex-black professionals get pundit roles as well as coaching roles. That's a whole other separate issue. So you're now going, okay, in this woke era, more PC era, you don't even see them on merit. You're totally blind to that. Yeah. The only plausible way you see them being able to get a job is if we're having to do it to tick a box.
Yeah,
that in itself is a problem. You're showing your bias, in my opinion. I
do want to say though that having a lot of black ex-pros into major coaching positions, that's still a problem.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like we bust through, like, you know, in presenting punditry because they want our personality and stuff. But I want them to employ black ex-pros as, you know, big coaches. Use them for their brain, not just for like the drip and the personality. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because these men have something to offer just as much as like the Steven Gerrards and the Frank Lampards get these big roles immediately.
But they're getting found out though. Those two, in my opinion, they're not gonna have a long career in football.
Yeah, but it's not the them being found out. It's them having the opportunity just from the offset.
Of course, but funny, not funny. Yeah, the probably the next high profile black manager that will probably be sacked will be Patrick Vieira. Yeah, and one could argue part of the reason is because he gave too much of the man them opportunities.
I think he's doing a decent job.
They're on a bad run recently.
They're on a bad run. But
they've had some big teams they faced recently as well.
They're not like, I don't think they're in threat of relegation. I think they'll be all right.
You have to be careful. They keep playing Zaha up front. They're not going to score any goals, bro. They're struggling. I love Palace. They're struggling, bro.
They are.
And once you start going that bad, remember, when those teams that are fighting for relegation, they're fighting for their lives, bro. You're never too good to go down, because West Ham could go down. West Ham
could go down. It's a freak season for them. Yeah, so especially with the players that they have.
And the minute you say we're too good to go down, it can happen, man.
That's what everyone thought.
Yeah, it can happen. You gotta be careful in it. So, but yeah, that was just my Matt Letizia thing was, bro. Also, you don't work for the same corporation. So why are you angry at Ian Wright?
You never had great PR anyways. Like, Matt Letizia was a baller just for the people that knew ball. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, there was no like outside glamour of Matt Letizia.
You said no drip.
Like, so then when you came into the pundit role, I'm sorry, your role is the same. It's the same thing. And there's people that came up, and it just makes for better television.
Yeah, the game's the game.
Sorry, the game is the game.
So it is as well. To your point, though, I wholeheartedly agree with you. The same way people like your Steven Gerrards, your Frank Lampards had opportunities very early from like retiring and stuff. I do feel like an example like a Thierry Henry, like you said, is it the Champions League show? He's doing really well on there. A lot of the top elite level players, the guys, they actually struggle in management.
The best players never make the best managers,
because when they're on the coaching pitch, on the training ground, they're looking like, brother, like, you should be able to
get it.
Be able to pass.
They're not looking at the game objectively. They're looking at the game from their ability.
It's hard, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's where, like, if you're gonna pinpoint Henry, like, that's one of his flaws.
Downfalls.
Yeah.
But I did see Vincent Kompany's doing well at Burnley.
Yeah,
he's gonna bring.
But he's taken, in my opinion, he's taken the better route than like your Gerrards and your Lampard. Like, I like that. Go there and do that. But
Lampard did the same thing. Respectfully, like, he did it at Derby.
Okay, but he was also very, very, very much helped with the fact that I can just go and cherry pick all these loan players from Chelsea.
Gerrard was like,
and he didn't he didn't bring them up as well. Like, he didn't get promoted to Derby, so he didn't complete the mission.
Yeah, it's true. Gerrard was like,
Are you? Please, sir, can I have some more? You want juice?
I didn't want to interrupt.
You didn't want to interrupt the football. You started getting mad passionate.
Just let him.
Gerrard was like, oh yeah, like, we're gonna give you the under 18s like Liverpool job, yeah. Like, just do that for like 6 to 8 months, and then we'll give you Rangers. They'll give you Rangers, and you can win like the league unbeaten.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it gives you a different type of clout, so you can come to the Premier League and think that you can, you know.
Bro, the Scottish League. Listen, I'm not gonna not to discredit, man. Because they won the league there, innit?
Yeah, he did.
But you're in a two team league. Sorry. Like Brendan Rodgers came and he didn't. Oh, sorry.
Brother, I'm looking at my cup. Like
for the listeners, these guys drinking Bombay Sapphire. I'm on painkillers, so I'm not drinking.
Okay.
I was wussing out on that, and yeah,
Celebrating.
You can tell it's been a long time since I've been a barman, innit? Because put it this way: if you was a customer right now, you'd be happy with me.
Yeah.
If you're a bar owner though,
Yeah.
this is overpouring.
do you know one thing I will say? Just quickly going back to my trip, they don't have like measurement cups out there. It's just all vibes.
£20 a drink. What are you measuring, bro?
It's actually all vibes. Like
You better pour it in my hand.
there's always much. You're so silly. There's always so much more alcohol than juice or anything. And if you ask for extra like tonic or whatever, they're looking at you like, if you're pussy, just say that.
Huh?
Oh, your ears pricked up. Yeah.
Man's ears pricked up.
Man.
Bro, you're not beating his charges, bro.
It's not
That's not what happened.
Man's a box.
That's not what happened. Don't try it. Don't try it.
We can't both be wrong.
Pass it to Chrissy, please.
We can't both be wrong.
Yeah. Someone has to be wrong. Someone has to be right.
Thanks ever so much.
Agenda, innit? You lot carry on with your agenda. It's
Oh,
fine.
But no, it was just
Okay.
interesting the timing of when your ears pricked up.
Coincidences happen, you know.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
But not
Like,
too much
you know,
on our pod member. Innit?
Yeah.
Not too much on Vans, man.
Yeah, defend me like I defend you lot.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the defense.
Get that bass out your voice.
I was listening.
Never.
There was time it was Vans Defense League. It was going hard in the VDL. It was really, yeah, man. Because I'm a hater, innit? Like, only I can go crazy with the agenda on Vans, innit? When everyone else starts joining in, I'm like, no.
You lot are supposed to be nice to me.
It's not your birthday yet, bro.
Chill.
Yeah, it's not your birthday just yet.
But it's my birthday now to the listeners.
To listen, yes. Happy birthday to Vans. Happy 21st.
Come on.
Just aging backwards.
Yes.
You know, you're growing taller, wiser, healthier,
Yes.
richer.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're not, just claim it.
I'm claiming
Yeah,
it.
don't make this awkward for me, bro. I'm just trying to give you your accolades and that, you know. We thank God for
Oh,
your
so-
life.
Yes, we thank for blah, blah.
What?
We for the
You've
feet.
not been in church for ages, bro. Man, don't have to thank God.
You can't say love. You can't say God.
Man, don't even have to thank God again. I want to get.
Yeah, once again. F for France.
Do you not get
Nah, chill. Not too much on me, man. We thank God for real.
Big thanks.
For real.
I said, I want again.
And
what again?
Did you guys see the Twitter thread?
Twitter, source of all good news.
The babe was asking people to talk about their favorite UK tweets or their favorite
Favorite
UK
moments.
Favorite moments online.
tweets
Yeah,
on
yeah,
social
yeah.
tweets. That was up there. Biscuit grabbing his mum's bum.
That is insane.
That was like peak for me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
There was definitely clips from Backchat and stuff. I saw that.
Yeah, loads of those.
You're the side chick. I'm not a side
I'm
chick.
not a side chick. Can't talk to me like
And she
that.
volunteered information. The one on the Donny where he gets stopped by. He was on a date. I think he got stopped by the police.
Yeah, the
For, I think, like,
Range Rover.
yeah, like, do you control my lungs? 'Cause I think they were doing it for like drunk driving, innit?
Yeah.
And the babe's
Shut my
just
door,
recording.
And then he runs
He
off.
managed to wriggle from the police, gets in the car, man left the baby, like, shut my door, and drove off. But it's better for her to not leave him because you'll be accomplice. So just stay there.
But did
I
she
hear
drive
it.
off though?
And then she
drove
jumped
off.
Yeah, and she jumped. We might not have got the footage. So thank you for giving us the footage, babe.
Because what are you doing? Like, are you filming? Like, are you getting in the car or what? Like, I ain't got time.
Like, I need to get away.
I need to get.
I don't know if this is actually a UK one, but it's one of my faves. When the girl was like, "I just come from fucking one right now."
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck her, she screamed.
That was it. Was the guy? Asking.
And then he runs off with the bike.
That's when like with them Vine Keek days. I remember like Tom Muchin have got like their own version that's hilarious.
Yeah,
So
jokes.
yeah, you always find some jokes on it. That's when I like the internet.
I saw another one where they were talking about the babe that punched the cake.
Oh yeah, she was really angry.
Because she was upset by the cake.
Fucking cake, man. Doof.
How can you punch a cake?
Well, she might be
Women
going
are
through
unhinged.
it, man.
Oh, how did we get there?
Okay, can't go one episode without a bit of misogyny, boy.
Right?
Damn,
It's in your veins, isn't it? It's in your blood.
don't do that. It's not part of heritage. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to my guy. We concluded the Gary Lineker chat though, yeah.
Gary Neville,
Yeah,
you know,
Gary.
you have to bring it back to United.
That's main cat syndrome, isn't it? Yeah. Would you guys to put a button on it? Would you guys have done the same as like Alan Shearer?
I'd stand
Yeah.
with you, Foles.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if I say, listen, I ain't coming to work today.
Yeah, I stand with Foles.
Yeah.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'll see you lot next week.
Okay, that's strong. That's strong.
You know when your baby's trying to break up with you and it's like, anyway, what's for dinner? Anyway.
Bro, sometimes you've got to be irrational. Everything you're saying, man, I can't hear you.
It's like, babe, I can't do this anymore. I think we should just... Yes. So what's for dinner, babe?
Yeah. The usual.
Okay, so see you downstairs.
Break up where?
You don't even address it. Just like, okay, so we're gonna go to your mum's this weekend.
Got to go to your mum's, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Let's pray. Let's go to church. Because clearly you're battling something.
Don't do that.
No.
Because clearly you're battling something.
Yeah. You're acting irrational, like, oh, crazy. Get together, babe. Deliverance.
Deliverance, you know. Do you know he might need some deliverance?
What?
Lil Uzi.
What's he done now?
He was, got on stage.
He's not with JT anymore, is he?
I don't know.
They have a hood type of love where...
Or break up to make up.
Well, what I saw on that stage, it's not hood. I don't know what that was.
What the dancing and the
outfit, I was just like...
Look, I only say that because the streets are saying that he's worshipping the devil. Obviously, it's also because of the lyric, innit?
Yeah.
I make a city girl... They say, like Satan. I make a city girl love Satan. There was something satanic in the lyric, innit?
Okay.
I'm butchering the quote, innit?
No.
I make a city girl fall in love with Satan. I think that's what the lyric was. Whatever song he was performing on stage. It just reminded me of the time he was at Wireless. And I'm sure it was him on stage. Is like, if you're with me, everyone here, I'm in hell right now. And if you're with me, you two are in hell.
Yeah.
Blood
He said it.
the lamb.
All the people that had been in the crowd fornicating, drinking and smoking, all had the same reaction. Like, yeah, I'm just going to leave.
All the black people in the crowd were like, hey,
No.
Hey,
it's good.
yeah.
Nah, I rebuke.
No.
I remember that Wireless. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Blood
so then
of
when
Jesus
so
will
when
finish
that clip
that
hit the
day.
internet and he's dancing on stage and they're like, people are like, oh, there's a triangle here, all this imagery, but he also says the lyric, innit? I'm like, I hear where they're coming from.
Imagine,
No,
like,
as in like to call him a devil worshipper.
Okay.
I hear where they're coming from.
you know, like how Wireless is streamed now, like, and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
Imagine watching that with your parents.
And mum's just walking in and out of the room. She's like,
Bam. Fire.
I rebuke you.
Remember?
Yeah, off it.
Did you
right now.
not ever see that clip during like when the pandemic first hit? Yeah, and it was on the news, and that like the African couple were like to the TV.
No,
Yeah, just
what they were
like-
praying at the TV.
Yeah, bro, they were like, we rebuke this thing that is keeping us locked in the house.
I hear it, man.
You
That was a
like-
tough period, man. I'm glad we made it, man. I'm glad we made that. No, when you think about it, it feels like it was ages. COVID was a tough period, you
Bro,
know?
what a time to be alive.
Yeah, COVID was a tough period.
The BBC
3 years ago, around now, it was like when it was like, yep,
Kicking
stay in your
I
yard.
was preparing to go to Jamaica.
Oh.
Meant to go on like a 2-week holiday. Brethren's getting married. I was like, okay, cool. We're going to celebrate your love, and I'm going to be on holiday as well.
bare shorts
Guys,
in
I'm
the
saying,
suitcase.
I was ready to go and enjoy myself, and then
Foles are gonna come out with a ute.
hey, man, keep up with the pod trend. You get me? And if I'd done that, then you'd have been next, Chris.
Eh?
Yeah,
Not my womb, not for now.
not for now, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not my womb.
But yeah, you saw the clip I'm talking about in regards to Lil Uzi?
No.
Okay, you didn't. If I'm reporting the news correctly, is it giving devil worshipper?
It's giving.
Okay.
Really giving. But this is the same man that implanted a diamond in his forehead. You can't
Yeah.
trust him to make reasonable decisions.
Sure.
Yeah. The only if I didn't have the Wireless reference and me being there live, seeing it, hearing it, the only out I would give him is, like I was saying earlier about there's an error in hip hop of like shock value. People say things for shock value, and if we're going to be over here and like, if I said the words Yoruba demon, nobody will be shocked, innit? That became
Yeah.
a thing.
Do you know
so
what? Fair.
you know, he's turning mad. He's got devil dick. So like,
Yeah.
as a reference,
You spitting now?
as a reference,
You spitting?
he could just be saying like, rah. For her, I'm the devil, innit? But she can't get enough of me. She ain't going anywhere. That whole like hood love, toxic love, break up to make up.
Devil dick is a mad thing to say.
But bro, they apparently it's a movement.
Is it?
It's happening out there. Have you ever been under the spell?
Of a devil dick?
I didn't even want to be free.
Say that again.
I said, and I didn't even want to be free.
You didn't want to be free.
Nope. Tie me up. Throw away the key.
You're one of the ones that Harriet Tubman couldn't save.
Yeah. I'm staying right here.
I'm staying here. I'm staying
Yeah,
here.
I'm not moving.
I love it here.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh
I'm
my
calm.
god. What?
Comfy.
Chrissy, hi.
Hey, not too much on our pod members, is it?
Hey,
That's crazy.
I'm screaming.
Chrissy's one of one, you know. Oh my god! I like it here.
Yeah,
It's warm.
Yeah, toasty.
Vans is gonna usually. I might have to dive deeper into this whole devil dick thing with Chris. What is it? What gets yourself, women like you, women in general, under the spell when the guy's no good for you, isn't displaying good traits? There's a bunch of red flags, or for whatever reason you're now colorblind. Like,
is it a red flag, or is it a tablecloth for our next date? These are the real questions we have to ask ourselves.
Okay, is
it even red? Like, it could be magenta, it could be fuchsia, it could be hot pink, you know, and just depending on the light. So you just have to be sure. That
right there shows me, even for that split 5-10 seconds there, you was returning under the spell because you was even giving the person out. Yeah, the lighting's bad. That's why I can't see the red flags.
I couldn't see it. It was me. I had my shades on, 80% tint. Like, it was blurry. Ooh. But sometimes you know what you're in for.
Okay.
Like, you know exactly what it is.
But I'm acting like but for the sake of conversation, can sex be that good that you can ignore all the other things, like all the other things that might be important to you, whether it's like affection, love, attention? I'm throwing things out there.
No, of course. So this is very much a hyperbole because you can't, in my opinion, you can't have good sex without all of those things.
Respect and
it's literally like hand in hand. But I think the whole devil dick thing is like, you have no business sleeping with this person, and not because like they're a terrible person.
Yeah,
you can have like, it could even be that the person with the devil dick is the one that treats you the best, and you're like, I shouldn't be here. How does that work?
They treat you the best, but they got devil dick.
Yeah, because it's like they've got this fantastic peen.
Yeah,
but on top of that, they treat you really well, and it's like just a good situation. You're like, this dick is not good for me.
Because it's gonna make me be cooking at 3 a.m.
Yeah, Like, you want pancakes? Okay.